Hey, in this video, I will be discussing what will trend in 2019. Well, advent of cloud-based software, that is SaaS, software as a service. Most of the company product will be on the cloud. So, technical writer who can write SaaS documentation will be much more in demand. Now the question is, what is SaaS documentation and how it is different from the typical documentation? Well, not much different, but that will depend on your organization. In the SaaS documentation, what I have observed is that company wants the product documentation to use the product documentation as a marketing documentation as well. They want the product documentation to be searchable, just like their blogs. That means in your product documentation, you have to take care of the keywords also. You have to take care of headings 1, heading 2, and you have to keep your MSTP somewhere in the self. So your writing style will be, even product writing style will be more of writing like blog writing style. So it is somewhere side. So according to this SaaS documentation, there will be somewhere writing mixing of technical documentation with a marketing documentation, or it's a like art of writing, mixing of the art of writing blog and the technical writing. So it's a good trend also. In this case, you will be writing not only technical writing things, but you will be also producing the blog for your organization. You will be also writing the marketing material for your organization. Right? Your analytics, since it's a cloud, so implementing analytics is pretty easy. So you can very easily see which part of documentation customer is reading, which part is they are not reading, what kind of documents normally they read, and accordingly you can develop your software also, or you can fix the bug of your software. So let's assume customer normally coming and reading the integration of XYZ to ABC. So that means customer is facing trouble there. So now you have a clue that you can go and redevelop your that integration part. So that is going to be one of the trend, and it's not only for 2019, it's for 2019 and beyond. Again, so your writing style will evolve from typical technical writer to technical writer plus marketer plus blogger. So you should also learn this skill sets. Now, since it's going to be online documentation, your tool will be different. Okay, you ends up using different tool, kind of conference, WordPress maybe, or any other tool or any proprietary tool which your company is using to develop their websites or their product. So tools will also change. One more trend which I am seeing that my students got placed in mostly now they are getting job in startups. Like I've seen them getting placed in Lambda Test, getting placed in Savior. A lot of startups are hiring technical writers these days. So in that case, you have to prepare yourself to work in a startup culture. So one of the things that a startup don't want to make a product which needs huge documentation or big documentation. So they focus on a develop a product which is very easy to use less documentation, and they are also limited in budget, so they don't want to invest heavy on the or procurement of the authoring tools. So you need to focus to work on the tools which is developer friendly, like Markdown is my favorite. So Markdown will also definitely pick up. It's two reasons. One is that developers are now very comfortable in using Markdown because of Git and GitHub. They are using Markdown day in, day out. Its review process is very easy in Markdown. You don't have to set PDF and all. You can do it there. Your repository can easily go into Git and GitHub. So your review process drastically cut down. So it's very friendly for everyone. Your developers feel it easy to use it, easy to comment. So Markdown will definitely peak. The only thing is that Markdown is open source. So in most of the conferences you will not see people talking about Markdown because there is no sponsor for Markdowns. Apart from this trend, I also see, again we all know, automation and agility. To gain agility, you need to automate. So try to automate your things as much as possible. Don't wait others to automate your thing. Don't wait others to tell you what to automate. As I just give you a clue that you can drastically cut down your review process through using a tool called, not tool, using a tool like Confluence also, where you can easily write and share. Collaborative authoring tool will be in demand much more. So try to automate the processes, try to automate the development process, your knowledge gathering process. Try to understand how you can deliver within the sprint. So that will automatically automate your things. So automation again is going to be there. Lot of content creating company have developed a bot which can create content for them without any manual intervention, and it's doing quite well. I have talked about those bots in one of my other video. You can refer that video. So according to me, SaaS cloud documentation, working for the startups, working for not for authoring tool but for a developer tool like Markdown, all those things will be trained. API documentation is going to peak because now it's not that how good you are, it's also that how good you are collaborating with others, how easily you can integrate. So integration guide writing, API guides will be much more in trend or in demand in future. Data, of course, data will be in demand where big size documentation will be there. Typically, startups are still avoiding data. So these are my bit understanding what will be there in 2019 and ahead. So being a technical writer, try to what you should learn as a technical writer. So being a technical writer, try to first learn what is agile, what is the concept of agile, how I can become agile. Next, think which tool I need to change to deliver fast so that I can deliver in a sprint. Try to learn some programming if possible. Try to be a pathetic programmer than a great programmer so that you can understand the language of a developer, you can talk with a developer, and you can author in a development environment. You cannot separately live like I am a writer and I am a developer, so I am undervalued or you're valued if you become part of a development team rather than working in the silos. So be a part of development team rather than the writing team. So this is the trend which which I think it will be in ruling 2019 and beyond. Thank you.